Hi guys! Today I'm going to tell you about the 2022 sci-fi action movie Prey. 35 years ago, an alien killer had its ass kicked by Schwarzenegger, but it turns out that this wasn't the first visit of the Predators to our planet. North American lands in 1719. Colonization had not yet turned the Great Plains into cities and factories. The Comanche Indian tribe is the boss here. Naru, the daughter of the tribe chief, gathers plants with other women. But she doesn't like such boring work at all. Contrary to patriarchal traditions, she dreams of becoming a hunter. While tracking a deer, she notices flashes of an unidentified flying object in the sky. The North American woman perceives this phenomenon as a sign that her time has come to prove herself on the big hunt. Naru tells her brother, Tabe, about it. He doesn't pay much attention to her words. His sister is dear to him, but she should leave the hunting to him. This is not a girl's business. From the spaceship, a passenger disembarks. The Predator has come to Earth to prove its superiority in hunting and collect some trophies. Tabe organizes a group to search for a mountain lioness who's captured a tribesman. Naru convinces her brother to take her with him. They find the wounded tribesman. It's surprising that the animal left him alive. She must have been frightened by a more dangerous creature. The girl's pain-relieving flowers, which reduce body temperature, help the wounded man. Naru's dog finds a dead snake that has been skinned with surgical precision. Nearby, she notices a huge footprint. It doesn't look like a human or any animal that she knows. Naru suggests setting a trap for the lioness. Together with one of the tribe hunters, they put meat in the grass, and they themselves hide in a tree. The guy self-righteously talks about the danger the girl exposes herself to, but suddenly he becomes a victim of a cunning animal. Driven into a dead end, Naru is distracted by strange flashes in the woods and falls from the tree. She wakes up at home. Her mother explains that Tabe brought her and left again to finish the matter himself. The alarmed girl wants to return to warn her brother about a new mysterious threat. Outside, she sees that he's already returned and has a hunted fox on his shoulder. The chief hands the man a ritual spear, announcing with this gesture that his son has become the chief hunter of the tribe. Naru fails to convince her brother that the main danger is still alive and roaming in their woods. She packs up and goes on a quest with her dog. At first, the strange green blood and then the creature's familiar footprint points her in the right direction. Meanwhile, the alien competes with the wolf. The earthly creature loses, and its skull completes the Predator's collection. The girl's hike is interrupted by unexpected trouble. She didn't notice how she entered the swamp. The bog is pulling the girl down, but she ties the rope to an axe and gets out thanks to her ingenuity. She meets a bear on the riverbank. The huge grizzly quickly senses the presence of the Indian. Naru shoots the animal with an arrow, but this only makes it angrier. A weak shelter made of dry branches doesn't deter the beast, and soon another predator appears. A bloody fight begins between the bear and the translucent creature that lifts the forest giant with ease. The shocked girl flees the scene. On the other bank, she meets fellow tribesmen who went searching for her. The story of a demon that can handle a grizzly only makes the hunters laugh. The girl refuses to return to the village, which annoys the men. The quarrel is interrupted by the laser sight of the invisible monster. Steel arrows kill one of the Indians. The people see something invisible pull their weapons out of their bodies and shoot the ghost with their bows. The predator's camouflage gets damaged, and the hunters are exposed to its terrifying, unearthly appearance. Shocked but brave, the men go into battle. The monster takes its spear and brutally deals with its opponents. Naru runs away with another survivor and they hide from the predator in the tall grass. The man wants to sneak up on the alien with a bow, but he doesn't even suspect that the creature can see heat sources even in a shelter. The laser sight appears on the Indian's head, and only the girl manages to escape. In a panic, she steps into a bear trap. The creature is already close, but doesn't harm Naru. The predator is not interested in killing without a fair fight. Later, the immobilized Indian is found by unknown men. One of whom hits her over the head. Naru ends up in a European colonizer's camp. They ask her about the monster, but the Indian doesn't want to talk to her kidnappers. It turns out that the bad guys also captured Tabi. The siblings are tied to a tree as bait for the predator. The men sit in ambush and sense the enemy's approach. The observers see the corpses of their brethren, who were killed completely silently. Soon, they suffer a similar fate. The predator approaches the bait, which scares Tabi. The sister assures him that the creature won't kill them, because they are not a threat to him. The alien's foot falls into a bear trap, and everything seems to be going according to the Europeans' plan. A heavy net is thrown over the monster, but it quickly frees itself. Another bloody demonstration of the alien's high-tech devices begins. Muskets do him no more damage than arrows. The monster's main trump card is the mines that blow up several men at once. The predator retreats to heal its wounds. At the same time, the Indians manage to get rid of the bonds. They go to the Europeans' camp and get the dog and horses. In the commotion, the girl is exposed and a fight ensues, in which Naru manages to overpower several men. She sends the dog in search of her brother, and she herself approaches a wounded man whom the others have abandoned. She takes his gun, but doesn't understand how to use such a weapon. The stranger promises to teach her if she helps him. The girl treats his wound and at the same time listens to how to use the firearm. She also takes the predator's special knife that cut off the man's leg. After the operation, the wounded man takes the anesthetic plant. The predator approaches and Naru takes cover. The man can't get up, so he just pretends to be dead. The alien's thermal imager doesn't notice signs of life in him due to the effect of the plant. Naru observes this and understands the practical benefits of her medicine. The creature accidentally steps on the man, causing him to scream in pain. The alien finishes him off. The dog catches its attention. The predator targets the animal and receives an unexpected hit from Tabi, which knocks off its helmet. The predator fires its guided arrow, but it flies into a tree. The alien's horrific face is even more distorted by the scream of rage. Tabi rides a horse around the enemy, and then Naru enters the battle. The gun runs out of powder, but the girl's distraction allows Tabi to deliver a decisive jab at the monster. While his sister reloads the weapon, the man fights with the predator on equal terms, showing a miracle of dexterity. The larger and much slower opponent is unable to get hold of the Indian in an open combat situation, so he turns on stealth mode. They do not understand the location of the enemy. Tabi persuades his sister to run away. The monster perceives only him as a threat and will not touch the girl. But suddenly the predator attacks the man with a sneaky blow from behind. The disguise is removed and the monster approaches the confused Naru. With the last of his strength, her brother hits the predator on the leg, which distracts him and allows his sister to escape. The girl rests on the riverbank where she notices one of the surviving Europeans. A plan comes to her mind and she takes out the predator's knife. The bad guy would be a good decoy, so the girl sneaks up on the victim and knocks him out. Later, the man wakes up with a terrible feeling. Naru cut off his leg. His rifle is nearby, so he crawls to it despite the pain. He fails to shoot Nara, and she explains that she is going to do to him what their gang was going to do to her and her brother. The girl eats the flower, which makes her invisible to the thermal imager. Soon the predator comes for its bait. Not seeing Nara, he approaches the man and cuts off his head. While the alien is looking at its new trophy, the Indian woman sneaks up from behind and attacks him with a precise shot in the back of the head. The helmet with the sight drops to the ground, where the girl picks it up and runs away. In the woods, she prepares a trap for the monster by placing its helmet on a rock. The enemy tracks her down, and the girl, ready for its arrival, jumps on him from above. She makes several blows with her axe, but the rival drops her. Her faithful dog comes to the rescue, and the girl manages to take away the enemy's spear. The predator attacks her, but misses and gets its hand stuck in a tree. It no longer has its right hand. The enraged alien turns off its weapon, and it turns into a useless piece of metal. The girl fights back as best she can, but it presses her to the ground. Naru pulls out the monster's fang and sticks it in its eye. She drags it to the swamp, where she almost died herself. The alien prepares to shoot the girl with its guided arrow, but it finds himself precisely under the crosshairs of its helmet. The girl calculated everything and turned the Predator's high-tech weapons against it. The hunt on Earth ends for the Predator. Naru returns to the village. The Indians are surprised to see the girl carrying the head of an unseen creature in her hands. She throws the trophy at her father's feet, and he gives her the ritual spear. Now Naru is the tribe's main hunter. Naru went against traditions and was able to achieve recognition. She proved that gender, strength and size do not guarantee victory. Fortitude and intelligence are more important. With those, even obvious at first glance prey can turn into a predator. Guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to share your thoughts on this movie in the comments below. Don't forget to support us by liking the video and subscribing to our channel.